going on, y'all? Man, I'm just getting off work. And I was thinking a little bit about just how far I came in the whole videography thing. This is actually my 8th month starting. And for those that don't know me, when I first started, let me turn this air down real quick. Yeah, me, when I first started, bro, I didn't know anything about a camera, like literally nothing. And just watching the progress I made from 2020 to now, I'm proud of myself. I'm definitely proud of myself. So for all the beginner videographers, just keep pushing, man. That's all I can say. Just keep pushing. Try to learn the things you don't know. That's the most important thing. Matter of fact, if I give y'all any advice, learn the things you don't know. Don't ever get comfortable not knowing anything. Definitely learn the things you don't know and invest in yourself. Those are the two most important things with any business, but definitely in videography. Invest in yourself, invest in the cameras, the right equipment, invest in the knowledge. Just invest, bro. That's the best advice I could give. Like I said, 8 months. I never went to school for this. Yeah, I just been grinding. I'm not turning down nothing. Anybody want to shoot, need a video, anything, I'm there. It's definitely not all about the money. So yeah, but and of course the thing about that, I'm like, well, darn, if I can help if I met myself last year, and I had to give me some advice, what type of advice would I give? And I think that's what the video is gonna be about today. I'm gonna tell y'all the 5 most essential things y'all need to get started. I think that's right. 5 most important things that you need to get started in videography. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Let me set up and then we're gonna get right to it. Alright, y'all, so the very first thing that you'll need to get started in videography, probably obvious, but you'll need a camera. That's pretty much self-explanatory. My first camera that I got, that I actually still shoot on, that I'm shooting on right now, is the A6300. I got that on eBay for maybe around $650. I think if you want to get it brand new, I think it goes anywhere from $900 to $1,000. But to me, the Sony A6300 is a workhorse. It shoots 4K. It's great in low light. And if this is your first time ever picking up a camera for videography, I definitely recommend this. I wouldn't recommend going out spending $2,000, $3,000 on an expensive, maybe cinema camera if you don't even know how to work the basics. So I'll definitely link that in the description where you can get it. So yeah, that's the very first thing you'll need. And let's move on to the second one. All right, guys, so the second thing you'll need, and I believe this is probably self-explanatory as well, but the second thing you'll need definitely is lenses. Now, when you want to deal with lenses, I feel like it's better to invest in a lens more so than the camera. So the first lens I actually started off with was the Minolta 24mm lens. It actually came with my camera. I wouldn't recommend it for the things that I'm trying to do. As far as like videography, music videos, just if you want to get that certain quality, it just wasn't doing the job for me. So I guess my next lens I bought was the 50mm Sony 1.4. So with that lens, I think I could drop down to like a 1.4 in aperture to get that nice bokeh effect. It's not a wide angle, so it's kind of close up, but it has a crystal clear quality. And I think you can get that for right around maybe $220, $250. So it's not expensive at all. Besides that, because you definitely want a wide angle lens as well, I think my next lens was the 16mm Sigma 1.4. And that also was only like $250 to $275. It's not expensive at all. And I feel like that's the lens that really changed the game for me, those two. Especially starting out just doing music videos, because I was able to get close up. If I wanted to get some B-roll, get real close, I could use my 50mm. And if we had a nice background like this one, I actually have my 24mm on it now. If I wanted to get that wide angle just to get everything in the background, I would throw my 24mm on, and I'll get a crystal clear picture. So definitely you want to invest in lenses. I say even more so than a camera, you definitely want to invest in lenses just to get that shot, that crystal clear shot that you're looking for. And let's move on to the third one. All right, guys, so the third thing on my list that I think you should definitely get if you're just starting out, get you a set of lights. Just starting off, you don't have to get an expensive pair of lights. Like I think my first light was from Mount Dog, and I'll try to link them down in the description as well. I found them on Amazon. They're Mount Dogs. I think they were like $250 as well. And they came 3 in a set. They get pretty bright, they get the job done, but you'll definitely need lighting just for those night scenes and just to take the films to the next level. You'll definitely need lighting, and as you'll get more in depth in your videography career, you'll realize that lighting is God pretty much in videography. If you don't have the right lighting, then you're definitely not going to achieve that look that you're going for. So yeah, lighting definitely is important. Let's move on to the fourth thing. So the fourth thing that I would recommend that you get just starting out for videography is some type of stabilizer, whether it's a gimbal, a tripod, any type of stabilization that you can get. I think that'll definitely help you out in the long run, especially working with the 50mm lens. Like I told you, it's pretty much close up, so they'll catch every little jitter and shake that you do, especially on the A6300, like I just told you, what I'm shooting on now. Some cameras, they do have the in-body stabilization. This camera doesn't, so that's like one drawback from this camera, but I negate that by having a gimbal. I believe I have the Moza Air 2. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it with me, nor did I bring my my tripod. I'm just getting off work, but I'll make a second video about that, basically going over how the Moza Air 2 works. It is definitely a good gimbal. I recommend it. Once again, it's inexpensive, probably like $250. So yeah, it's definitely a good investment. Like I said, tripod, right now, if I had my tripod, my arm probably wouldn't be hurting like this. I could have just set my whole setup up and talk to you guys, but you mean we're gonna thug it out. So yeah, definitely want to stabilize your images. Far as the wide angle, like I said, 16mm, you can kind of get away with it right now. Like I'm holding it with my hand. I'm not sure how much shake you guys see on the camera, but it's definitely not anything close to what the 50mm will bring. So yes, definitely just get some stabilization, tripod, or a gimbal. Moza Air 2, I hear the Ronin S is good. There's a lot of stabilizers you can get on Amazon, YouTube if you search around. That'll definitely take your videos to the next level. So let's move on to the fifth thing. All right, guys, so once you guys have your lighting, once you have your camera, you have your lenses, and you have your stabilization, the very last thing you want to get, to me personally, is an ND filter. And as you can see right now, it's pretty much day, even though it is golden hour. Basically what an ND filter is pretty much, you probably heard this on YouTube, it's like sunglasses for your camera. And so days like this, when like the sun's overhead, and you want to drop down to that 1.4 or that 1.8 aperture, and keep your shutter speed the same, because we all know at 24 frames, you want to keep your shutter speed at 50. But if it's too bright outside, you'll try to keep those same settings, and the whole image will just be blown out. I feel like that's where the let me switch hands real quick. My hands are heavy. That's when you want to get an ND filter, only because you want to definitely keep your shutter speed at 50. If you're shooting at 24 frames, you don't want to really start playing with stuff. If you raise your shutter speed to bring the light down, that'll affect your video. It just won't look natural to start looking crazy, so it won't give you the results you're looking for. So definitely an ND filter. Right now I'm using the Tiffin ND filter, and I would recommend that you don't make my mistake and get, excuse me if I say this wrong, but like a multi-stop ND filter, not just one stop, because I got a gift for Christmas. My folks bought me an ND filter, but it was one stop and it was too dark, so I wasn't even able to use it. So moving forward, I had to spend more money. I believe this was $100, a little around that $100 mark. But I think this is a good investment if you really want to get those daytime shots without changing your aperture, shutter speed, and all that. Yes, definitely a good investment. All right, guys, so that was just a quick video I wanted to share with you guys. Basically, the 5 things to get started if you're brand new to videography and you're looking to get busy. So like I said, the first thing is definitely a camera. Like I said, Sony a6300, that's definitely a good option. That's what I started with. I'm pretty sure there's more beginner cameras out there. You might have to do your research. That's just the one that I started with. Next is lenses. You definitely want to invest in the proper prime lenses. It don't have to be prime, but just some good quality lenses. Because like I said, lenses can definitely change the way your whole shot looks regardless of your camera. Actually, a better lens could change a $300 camera and make it look like an $1,000 camera. Like, it's really important to invest in lenses. So yeah, I recommend that. Thirdly, I said lighting. Lighting will definitely change the game for you, especially in low light situations, or if you're inside somewhere and you want to be able to control the light. That'll definitely bring your video game way up. After the lighting, I said stabilization. That's definitely important, especially when you're working with a camera that doesn't have IBIS, in-body stabilization. If you want to get those crisp pull-in shots, those pan shots without all the shake, that's definitely important. And last but not least, ND filter. And once again, the ND filter is basically sunglasses for your camera, and that's good just to keep your aperture, shutter speed, everything the same. I'm assuming you know 24 frames. You want to have a 50. You want to have your shutter speed at 50. One double the frame rate, I believe. So if it's 24, you want to have it at 50. If you want to get some slow motion and you're shooting at 60, you want to have your shutter speed at 120. So that's definitely a good investment to have. I will see you guys on the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'm out. Thanks.